Earlier this week, I was watching this video from Alex Ramosi, and he was talking about how if you are broke or you're not where you want to be, you haven't got the goal that you wanted, positions I'm in, a lot of people are in, whatever, right? He said one of the first steps is to take accountability, and you have to literally tell yourself, it's all my fault. Everything that has happened up until this point that has gotten you where you are, with whatever you have, even whether you have achieved some stuff, didn't achieve nothing, whatever, right? It's your fault, right? Everything you need to take accountability for it all. And every self-help book or whatever you read, they'll say this as one of the most primary and initial things to do is taking accountability. And I feel like for a while I've been taking accountability for my actions, but when he explained it again, I realized there was still things that I was avoiding or giving an excuse or something, to blaming something external. In the video, he talked about how important it is that even if it has nothing to do with you, and I've even read this in books where they would be if you got hit by a car, it's your fault. And then you're what? How can it be my fault? The guy doesn't know how to drive, this and that, whatever, right? But it's you need to literally take accountability for everything, because if you blame anything externally, you give power to it. And that's what he said in the video. And at first I was I don't know about that. But as he explained it more and more, he talked about if you say the same example, right? You go outside, you get hit by a car, and you're oh my God, this guy's the worst driver, this and that, whatever, right? You take none of the blame on yourself. You don't say, you don't take any of the blame, none of the rest. You don't take accountability. You don't say it's my fault at all, right? Next time, if you got hit again, it's a different driver. Are you just gonna say the exact same stuff? Are you gonna be oh, this guy is just as bad as the last one, this and that? But it's if you really looked at the situation again, when you got hit the first time, you'd been okay, was I checking my phone? Was I really looking at my surroundings? Did I not see this car fucking coming all the way down the road, and I could have easily just not walked or maybe ran way before I came or something, right? There was definitely something wrong in the situation for the reason that you got hit. And it's it's gonna take you a while to realize you have part in every single thing that's wrong with your life, or blame or problem or whatever. And it's how do you know that? It's because you're the only common thing within all the situations. If you have a bunch of problems, 5, 7, 10 problems, the only thing that's common between all of them is you. It doesn't matter if it's getting hit by a car, failing a test, not being able to start a business, not being able to talk to a girl, whatever the case may be. You are the common denominator in all of them, right? And he talked about this, and it's if you shift blame to anything else external, you give it power. So then you give power to the driver, you give power to the test that you failed to, and you give power to the business that the external world of this, how hard it is to have a business. You give power to the girl who you were too scared to talk to, right? And yeah, you'd be okay, so I don't care if I give power to it. It's okay, you're gonna give power to that, and then you're never gonna be able to achieve that thing that you want, that you're if you genuinely care about succeeding, you genuinely want to change, you know that you need to be able to be the one, be okay, this is under my control, I'm the common denominator, I have power in this situation. But first you need to realize that you have power in the situation. The only way to do that is to actually take accountability for what is happening, right? So literally anything that's going on wrong, anything that's going wrong in your life right now, take accountability for it. Understand everything, even the things that don't even make sense for you right now, it is also your fault, because that's where you are in life right now. And once you do this, it starts shifting your mind completely, because now you have all the power in the situation. You can be aware of what you did wrong, what you've been doing wrong, and how you can change it to succeed. But this is only if you actually want to change and succeed. If you're gonna be I don't care, I want to keep blaming everybody else, I want to give power to everything else, I don't care. Okay, stay the same, fail at life, whatever. Never achieve what you ever dreamed of, what you wanted, whatever. This is for the people who actually want to change. This is for the people who want to succeed. He even talked about it in the video. If you actually desire to change and achieve your goals eventually, you need to first things first is just say it. Literally, he says, say the line, my fault. Whatever it is, anything. The reason you haven't started the business, the reason you haven't done your homework, the reason you've been eating shit, you haven't gone to the gym, whatever, it's all your fault. One way or another, it's you, and it's your energy, it's your mindset, it's everything, right? It's all dependent on within, all the answers are within you. And the only way to get to those answers is to first take accountability, then understand why it's your fault. And then once you do that, you can finally change that action you've been taking. So say with the road, when you got hit by a car, if you say it's my fault, I got hit, right? You're gonna, first, that's gonna take for a while, because for you to not put any blame on the driver, which, in reality, there is a little bit of blame on both sides or whatever, and mostly on his, but that doesn't help you in any sort of fashion. He talks about how if you give power to anything else, it does not benefit you in any sort of way, right? shift it away, like whatever, right? But if you take it all in, you can improve so much more just off that one situation that came about. And so like you get hit by the car, it takes you a while to understand that it's all your fault, right? Then you understand, okay, what was I doing? Was I looking at the street signs? Was I looking at the car? Was I on my phone? Was I not paying attention? Was I being oblivious? Was like there could have been so much different things. You need to really reassess the situation by envisioning what was going on in your head. Then you go, okay, you know what? Maybe I wasn't paying attention that much. Maybe I should pay attention to my surroundings outside when I'm outside. Maybe I should pay attention to my environment. Maybe I should, not go on my phone when I'm outside. Any of those things, right? And then the next time you go outside, you're gonna find yourself looking at nature more, paying attention to the cars, not going on your phone, not listening to music when it's like you could easily get attacked from behind, get hit by a car, whatever, right? So you're gonna start implementing these changes, and then you'll see you won't get hit by a car. And it's like that situation is a little bit drastic, but nonetheless, that's like the process you go through, and it all just starts with saying it's my fault.